Hey everyone, Kimberly Olson here. Welcome to our special webinar with Brooke Elder, who's one of my business besties. I absolutely adore her. I'm so pumped to have you guys on. I'm gonna find her and upgrade her to panelist, and we are gonna have a good time together. Oh, there she is. Yay! What's up, girl? How's it going?
Good.
I was just raving about you, trying to find you on the list, but there you are.
Oh, here I am.
We are so excited. All the people are rolling in right now. And oh, I have an idea. You guys do me a favor, take a picture of us and throw it in your stories real quick. So smile, Brooke. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is throw that in your stories on Instagram or Facebook and tag us. Mine's the Gold Digger Girl. Is yours Brooke Elder?
Social Tenacity.
Oh yeah, duh. Okay, Social Tenacity, tag us and say, I'm enjoying this awesome webinar. Gonna learn how to crush my social media and get ahead of the game, get ahead of the planning game. Tag us on it, and then people can ask you about it, and we'll tell you a little fun thing at the end of how you can share this with others. So Brooke, I'm so excited to have you on and have you do this for my audience. I so appreciate you. You're the best.
I am way excited too. Social media has been like, it's funny because I've asked a lot of people, like, what's the hardest thing about growing your business? And almost always they say social media. So it's so needed.
It is so needed. And you've been in, online as, started with network marketing, but you were one of the first to go on social media like 10 years ago. So for you, it's like breathing, right? And I just kind of picked it up. It just became natural. But so many people I work with, even with coaching, even with, the guidance, they just struggle with it. And I had a chance, you guys, to get a sneak peek of this when it was just first launching. So our team is using it now. And I know for a fact, not only is it going to set you free from the crazy, but it's going to allow you to have more confidence with how you're showing up and ultimately allow you to spend time where you should be spending in your business. It shouldn't be on social media, all the things like that. It should be with people in Messenger, connecting, commenting on people's posts, looking at their stories. So I know for sure this is going to help a lot of people, Brooke. So I'll turn it over to you if you want to introduce yourself really quick, because I'm sure there's some new faces, and let us know all about this amazing program.
Okay, awesome. So like Kimberly said, I'm Brooke Elder, and I started my entrepreneur journey in network marketing 2009. And I was like, all right, I got to figure out how to build this online because my husband worked nights. I had how many kids did I have? 2 kids at the time. I have 4 now. And so like life was just crazy. And so I was like, I got to figure out this online thing. And it's funny because I remember I would like book these calls with people to have them help me like learn how to build my business online. And I was talking to this guy and he's like, social media is where it's at. And I'm like, what is social media? Like, I didn't even know what it was, So he's like, like Facebook. And I'm like, oh, that thing that I am like, no, I'm too old for that. Even back then. So, but social media really has been the thing that has exploded my business and yours too.
Oh yeah.
So, and the thing that I think I see people do is that they are spending so much time worrying about what do I post? When should I post? I got to post every single day. So all your energy is just stuck on posting. And then you're not doing the things that actually does move the needle. And that's connecting and creating relationships like you talked
So
about.
true. You're so right. And y'all, I see some of you already commenting. Can you guys tell us in the comments where you're tuning in from? And if you're new to Brooke and if you've never seen her trainings, she's a legend in this space. She's one of the top trainers in this entire industry. Someone that I learned from early on. We've had a chance to be on each other's podcasts and get to know each other better. And just so aligned. Is it Authentic Influencer? Is that your podcast?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys, how many times am I talking about being authentic, being genuine? I mean, she's like the queen of it. So if you guys are new in the chat, put in there that you're new to Brooke so she can connect with you guys. And it looks like we've got people from all over, which is exciting. And you guys, it's like happy hour. Like you guys are sharing it with us versus somewhere else. So that means you're in it to win it, which is awesome. So tell us like how this came to be, what this program is, and then can you take us on a little tour?
Yes. So because there were so many like people asking like, what do I do with social media? How do I do it? And I'm all about like, how do we streamline things, create systems, and automate it?
Oh yeah.
Because I want to just like set it. Like, how many of you want to just be like, do it once and it's done?
Yeah.
And so there's so many like scheduling platforms and stuff like that there for social media, but It's like, well, there's this one and it does this. And then there's this one and it does this. So then you end up having like 5 different programs that you're trying to manage. And then you have to learn how to use each one of them. Like, that is not a system that you want to be using.
No, it's not. It's craziness. Hot mess express.
Yeah. Like even when we were talking and you were like, okay, I have 4 different platforms that I'm using to schedule this and this and this, you know?
Yeah. And then you've got different people handling it all, you know, it's like, oh, that person gets that one. So we'll have them do that. Like maybe you just have one. And also whenever you touch something, like I always teach them, like if you do a Facebook Live or something, repurpose it, right? Or like whenever you guys do any content, anything, you need to repurpose it and push it out to all the platforms, because honestly, all my metrics, like all my growth comes from exposure. What's my reach every month? Okay, well, I'm reaching 1 million people a month now. What does that equate to in my business? My bank account. So same thing with what this platform can do. It's going to allow you guys to get out there with a click of a button. I mean, I can't wait for them to see this. I'm pumped.
Yes. Well, and so I want you to start thinking social media before we like dive in and I show you like all of the fun stuff, because I'll start geeking out a little bit because it's tech stuff and I love it. So, but if you start thinking about your content as like buckets, you know, and so when I first started, I created 7 different buckets, 1 for each day, and then you just fill each bucket with content.
Right.
That seems pretty easy, you know. Right. So you can do, and you don't have to have like cutesy names. You don't have to be like Mindset Monday and Tackle It Tuesday. You know, it doesn't really have to be like that. But if you come up with 7 different topics of things that you can talk about, and this is where like you start bringing in your authentic self, you know, the things like it could be about your products, about your opportunity, about things that you just love to talk about, because people want to know you as a person, not just you're a blank consultant. You know what I mean?
Right. Totally.
And so how I set mine up is I come up with these 7 buckets. And then, so if I have bucket number 1 post on Monday on Facebook, that same bucket will post again on Wednesday. And so that way now what we're doing, so it's just like offset it just a little bit, you know, if you think of it kind of like in a line of buckets. So 1 bucket is Facebook, the next one is Instagram, the next one is Pinterest, the next one is LinkedIn. You can be on every single platform, but you only have to create 1 bucket of content.
Oh, I have chills. I already know about this and I'm like re-excited.
So it's so much fun when you do it that way, because then all you got to do is think about 7 buckets. Like I can fill 7 buckets and that's it. And then you can still be, then your exposure gets huge. And it's, I don't know how you do yours, but on my content, I do like 1 post on Facebook. If it's something that's time sensitive, I'll do it across all platforms. But in order for that piece of content to get more reach and more people, I found that if I post it on different days, that it makes that one piece of content, instead of only lasting like an hour or 2 on social media, it makes that piece of content last like a whole week.
I think it's actually better for the algorithm too, because it's telling social media, like, because I learned this with this book launch that I'm doing right now. He's like, no, you don't want everything at once. You want it to be continual. That tells Amazon's algorithm that people are really liking it. So it's the same thing. But what we were doing, as soon as we had a new YouTube or podcast, Anna would turn around and schedule it to go on LinkedIn, all the places at once, because she's in there, right, manually doing it. I'm not going to expect her to show up the next day. Okay, Instagram the next day. YouTube. I mean, that's ridiculous. So if you can do it automatically, like, it just makes sense.
Yes. Yes. So, all right, should we dive in?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So let me share my
screen. You guys are excited. Let us know in the comments, because your head might spin off of your body and rocket ship into the sky.
All right. So because of all of this, and because like we want something that's easy, it's something that you can just like set it once and it's done. We came up with this, like my team and I, which I have people who are a lot smarter than me, help with this all together. And so this is a platform that will schedule all your social media for you. And so what we do, like, this is my account. So I'm going to come and look in my content library here. So when I talk about like buckets, so these are our buckets. We have a podcast bucket. We have a bucket we have an online summit that's coming up, our YouTube, daily dose. We have stuff that we talk about, our secret society. So we have all of these different buckets of topics of things that we talk about. So then once you have these buckets, you can just create your content all right here. So it's so easy to create content. You click on create, and then you can add an image. and you can upload an image, or you can pull free stock images, or you can also connect it to your Canva. So your Canva lovers, like, connect it to your Canva and you can just pull everything in. So it's super awesome.
That's insane.
So this is Pexels. This database is my favorite database for free, like copyright free images. So we can just put
it like on Splash. I'm pretty familiar with that one. It's probably
yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, normally we, pull something like that. Okay. So we'll add that. So now we have our image set. Then we can either click next step here, or you can click up here. But now we're gonna have our image here. So what is gonna be our caption for this? So what are we gonna talk about? So I'm gonna just put test caption. But let's say that we want something to, like, it's to say something different on Facebook and then something a little bit different on Instagram, especially if you're doing like Twitter, it can only be so many characters and stuff like that. So you can click this little button right here, and now it pulls up all of your different platforms. So we have this one image, we have Facebook, then we can say, so Twitter, or for Instagram, now if we go back and forth, you can see it's changed. So that's gonna say this when we post on Facebook, it's gonna say this when it posts on Instagram. And then the same thing for Twitter, LinkedIn, and it can post to YouTube. And then Google Business, I don't know if anyone even uses Google Business.
I didn't even know it was something until you mentioned it. I was like, is that real? So yeah, I didn't know.
So it used to be, remember there used to, what was it called
cool
back then? There used to be like.
It was real, but that was like a good 5 years ago.
It was. And now they're like trying to have a comeback.
Good luck with that.
I know. So it's there if you want to post it.
You want to be the first.
So the other cool thing is you can save hashtags. So we have 2 hashtags right now that we have saved. So like if this is the one that we want to post, we just click this. All of our hashtags now are there. That's it.
Is that for, can you do it for individual platforms, or is it the same set of hashtags for all of them?
So you would set up right here, we can add and manage hashtags. So you can set up different categories. So then like this is only going to post on Instagram. When we come to our Facebook, the hashtags aren't there.
Okay.
So then you can just create all these different ones and put them up there.
I like to rotate through my hashtags, like sets of them. So that would be perfect.
Yeah. So you can create a bunch of different ones.
Okay.
Then we have categories. So this is how you can add tags, just like we had like the podcast category. So these are your buckets, so wherever this is going to be. So let's say that this one, we're going to just put that it's a wisdom post. Okay. So now we've put that piece into our category. So into our buckets. And then it says, okay, when we do publish this, so if let's say I have like my Facebook groups here, my Facebook page, my LinkedIn, all of that. Let's say I don't want it, when it goes to Facebook, I don't want it to go to my groups. I just want it to go to like my main group, not my paid groups.
Okay.
So then you set that up and then you click on save content. That's it.
Seriously.
Okay. So that's filling your buckets.
Okay.
All right. So now once we have our buckets full, then we can come here over to the calendar. Well, let's go. So you can see here's all of our posts that we have scheduled. But we can go to schedules here. And this is where we can create a new schedule. So if we're going to create a weekly schedule, so if this is our Facebook wisdom schedule, I can type, kind of.
Sorry when you're live, suddenly.
So let's say that we're going to be posting this on Facebook on Mondays. So then we're going to create our schedule, and it's going to say, okay, what do you want? Do you want to do new content or existing content? And we're going to say existing content, and we can say everything that's in this wisdom category. So we can say everything in wisdom and add it. So now we have it set up right here that it's going to be posting on all of these different platforms. We can come in here and change that. So if we want to say, let's see. There is a way to do it. I can't remember how to do it, but you can go through and say, okay, I want these to only schedule on Facebook. And so now we have our Facebook wisdom. So anything that we fill in this bucket and it will post. And what it's going to do is it's going to just cycle through all of these.
Like at that time, it'll pull from that.
Right. So every Monday it's going to do, this is the next one that's going to go. As you can see, it's next in queue.
Oh,
so
okay.
On Monday, this post is going to go. The next Monday, this one is going to go. The next Monday, this one. And then this is how you can really just imagine coming up with, I usually say 15 to 20 pieces of really good content. And then it's going to rotate through because people aren't going to remember 20 weeks ago that you posted the same thing.
No way. I don't even know what I posted last week.
I know. I don't either. So that's how you just go in and fill it all up. So we have our podcast set up. So all of our stuff from our podcast every time. And this, if you guys have blogs or podcasts or anything like that, it will pull in all of your content and automatically dump it in here for you. And so then we have it set up so it will always, every Tuesday, we always post about podcasts. And then on Facebook, and then on Instagram, we post it on Thursday. So when you do that, now our podcast is getting pushed out to Facebook, and then it gets pushed out a couple days later. So we actually get more reach because we're reaching more people because it's on different days.
Okay. That's really cool.
That's how you can schedule out all of these buckets. So this is really how you can set it up once and it's done.
Mm-hmm.
The next thing that is super awesome is the social inbox. And there's a lot of other things that this will do. I'm just giving you a quick overview.
Oh yeah, there's so many things.
So this brings in all of your comments from every platform.
Can I get an amen? In the comments, amen.
So all of your Instagram, Facebook, if you're running ads, if you're from your Facebook group, from your Facebook page, all of those things, whenever someone, here it goes. Some people just commented on here. So, but you can come in here, you can reply straight from them right in here. You can then mark it off that it's completed and everything. So this is how you'll make sure that you are interacting with your audience and you never have to actually go on social media so you don't get distracted. That's my favorite.
Oh, that's huge. And then also too, I've noticed, I'll finally get my Facebook caught up, and I'm not even kidding. There's been days that have gone by where I forgot to go to Instagram because I just don't see that little thing in the corner. And I'm like, oh, I missed all the shout outs because they go away, at 24 hours or whatever. So this would save me so much time.
Yes. And it pulls up, see, here's one from Instagram right here. So you can tell where they're from because of the different colors. And
okay.
So yeah.
And then when you check it done, does it kind of archive it?
Yep. So I can just mark that off as done. And then if I want to see which ones are finished, you can look at the archives right here. So then this will pull up all the ones that have already been finished.
Okay.
Yep. So you can go back to that. And then I love analytics and I love numbers. And so we'll just crunch our numbers for right here. So right now I have 42,000 followers.
Okay.
I've had 56 posts, and this is across all of my accounts, so every platform. How many impressions that I've had, comments, likes, shares, clicks, and you can see what days had the most engagement and everything. And this will also tell us these are our biggest or our most engaged posts. So when you find your posts that are most engaged, these are the ones that you want to then reuse, right?
Yes.
Because they're the ones that most people like, so you can see how many people got the reach on it, how many people liked it, how many people shared. So you can see all of that all in one place. So, and it's across all your social media platforms. So this really, it takes all your social media marketing, put it into one place, make it as easy as possible. And this does post directly to Instagram. That one is a hard thing because a lot of ones that will kind of do this, they won't really actually post on Instagram. They'll send you a note or a notification on your phone, and then you have to click post. Mm-hmm. This one will post.
It will?
Yes.
Okay. It's really magic right here.
So, all right. Well, I'll stop sharing my screen. So what questions do you guys have?
So, okay. So if you all say you guys, and I'll put the link, I got to find it somewhere. I'll give you guys the link if you guys want to grab it. So if they're I want this right now, because it's a monthly a monthly service you pay for. what I envisioned is that you get it set up and then you just let it ride and you just refresh and add content. But would it just be, and I teach the buckets of content too, so that was perfect. I was like, we're so aligned.
I know.
figure out your 7 buckets. So, and like, it doesn't have to be cutesy like she said, but it can be, okay, I've got an inspirational bucket. I love all of you having a personal bucket, a product bucket, but like back it out. So if you sell makeup, make it beauty. You've got your business bucket. You've got a hobby that you love. So come up with your 7. And then what I would do is just go through and fill those up. Pull up old stuff. You could grab old stuff, right? Pull up some old stuff, add some new stuff, use that free stock thing that was in their pixels or whatever. And then look at your Canva, see what you have in there. Oh, I have another thing I want you to show them that I remember you showed me, if that's okay. And then get it set up. Spend the time block, as you guys are always asking about that. Get it all set up. Once it's up and running, you're going to be like, oh, what am I doing all day? Like literally, you're going to be shocked at the amount of time you save for yourself. That's what this is all about, okay? Or if you're a virtual assistant, I mean, get all your clients on this program. I remember, I don't know if it's still part of it. Didn't you say there was something where you could take a post and repurpose it with a different caption and image, or is that?
Yeah, so that was right at the beginning when we were creating the post. So if you add a bunch of images, so here, I'll show you. We'll go back to sharing to show that.
That would be awesome, because this is when I was like, you could literally like just get a core group of content, you guys, and have different images and different captions, schedule it and let it ride. And you could probably just pop in here once a month for maintenance, except for check your notifications. But
right. So if we add images and we add like a couple, I'm just going to add like a bunch. Okay. And then when we go to captions and we add, like, we can do, that's a caption, and do add a caption. Then we can say, okay, here's caption 2. And then we have caption 3. So now this is still one piece of content. So it still can be linking to something, but what it's going to do is it's going to rotate through the pictures every time that it posts, and then it will rotate through the captions. So we have 3 captions set up. So the first time it posts, it'll post this caption. The second time it posts that caption. The next time it posts, it will post that caption. And so that's how you can really, like, this is like repurposing on steroids. Really.
It's totally repurposing on steroids.
Yeah.
That's exactly it right there. That's what I mean. Like, not only are we repurposing and getting it pushed out across social media, but if you could take that one piece of content, I mean, you guys think about the 10X on this, take the one piece of content, get a variety of great images, chalk up some captions that you just basically are tweaking, and then tell that thing to just like keep repopulating it into your feed over time. You're going to get so much, and on different platforms, you're going to get so much leverage out of that one thing that you put together.
Right. Well, you do that. And if you can come up with, like, say 5 really amazing posts, and then you come up with 5 different ways to talk about that one, you just created a whole year's worth of content around that one thing.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You're like,
yeah. It's awesome.
Unicorn.
So like you do that 5 times and you fill up your buckets, like your social media for the whole year is done. And this is the thing, because yes, you want to be like posting if you have, say, a special or like something that's time sensitive that comes up and you want to post that. But this just makes it, especially on like Facebook pages where you want to be present and you want to have new content and stuff going on there, but not a lot of people are seeing it, and it's not worth spending a ton of time in there. But this is going to make it so it looks like you're relevant, you're fresh, you have all these things coming up, and then you can spend your time just connecting with people and the things that like really is going to be the thing that moves your business forward.
Oh yeah. And Facebook groups is another one. A lot of you have product group, VIP groups, or, you know, and it's just going, okay, cool. Like every Tuesday, maybe you do a testimonial, before and after pictures or something like that, talking about that. Facebook groups is another really good place to do that. And they had a couple of questions. Can you see the comments?
Let's see. I can now. I'm pulling them up.
Okay, perfect. Can you take a peek at them?
Yes.
Okay, questions on yearly or how to register.
Yeah, so there is an annual subscription, and then there is a monthly subscription that you can go. And then You can use it for online parties too. So what you would do for online parties is you would just say when you want all the things scheduled, and you create a bucket for that. And like, you can do this for, let's say like every July, your company has the same special. Well, you can create like a content bucket that's just for July specials of when it's going to go through and post all of those things. And then once July's over, you just turn it off. Next July, you just turn it back on. Done.
Oh, so you could do like holiday seasonal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's really helpful because I feel like a lot of the things that we do are based on, like, for example, January, New Year's resolutions, weight loss, all that stuff. And
Yes.
every January you're like, okay, what can I post about with weight loss? You guys, you could just have your old stuff. Like, you could just pull up your old stuff and then say, okay, thing, magical thing, go ahead and make it post out again. And then again, you're just really spending your time wisely versus coming up with new content. I mean, like you said, I know you ask people this, but I legit feel like every day, my number one thing that's a struggle for me is, okay, what should I post?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just constantly thinking about it. And I'm like it's easy for me. I can't even imagine if it's not easy for someone. Like, this is truly a gift. This is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. And even the only thing it doesn't do is it doesn't post on your personal page. But that's because
my personal would be organic. I don't know about you.
Right. Well, it's actually against Facebook rules to automatically post on your Facebook page. So no one will be able to post on your personal. Okay. But here's the kind of trick. This is like my secret trick on what to do. Because I like to post a lot of like inspirational things and stuff like that. Like, I'll just go through and look at my memories and I'm like, oh, I posted that 2 years ago. That's good. I'm going to post that again. And I just repurpose my own content.
So inspirational.
It is.
There we go.
So that's the way that you can repurpose on your personal page.
Okay. It works. Yeah. And then you can just mix in, like you said, timely stuff, relevant stuff, or a cute picture of your kids. I mean, they're going to change after 2 years. So like some of the like more, stuff that's happening right now in your life. And I think that's good because your personal should be really as much as you can kind of in real time. So I know everyone's like unicorn. So amazing. Okay. I'll post the link in here. If you go to bit.ly, and then GDG for Gold Digger Girl, GDG, well, it's case sensitive. So I'll just put it on here. If you guys are catching this, we are going to email out the replay. So don't worry, we can go through it again. Look in the body of the email. We'll put the link in there. That's my referral link. And then is there a long-term commitment with the program, with the subscription?
Nope, it's month to month. And with it, when you sign up, I actually have a whole training that walks through each piece of how to go through this and how to do it. So if you guys are like not tech savvy, it's all right. I got you. I used to be a first grade teacher, so I teach everything on a first grade level. So like,
that's why you're such a good trainer. Let's make it super simple. Yeah, and this stuff can like be a little bit like my brain I'm like more like, yay, creative, or hi, I'm a video. And I was able to figure it out, you guys. So you guys will be fine. And then now I'm sure you're all thinking this is like $100 a month. How much is it per month?
$39.
It's $39. And you guys, I was paying for Planoly. I was paying for Loomly. I was paying for, Loomly. I was paying for all these things. Oh, Pinterest. Is it eventually, are you going to have something like Tailwind?
Yeah, Pinterest is coming. So our developers are still working on it. So as soon as Pinterest is available, we'll let everybody know.
Okay. And that will just be added to it for like part of it. Okay. So Pinterest Tailwinds is pretty pricey. So if you guys are doing anything on Pinterest, which I highly recommend, repurposing your content on Pinterest, it'll include that as well. And the other nice thing is it's just all in one place. So not only are we not paying all these different things and keeping track and renewals and all that stuff, it's just boom, it's in one place. So
yeah. And the only other platform that I know of, because I've done a lot of research on it, that will like repurpose your content where you fill the bucket and it will just keep going through that bucket, is Me Edgar, and that one's $50 a month. Okay. And that doesn't do Instagram.
It doesn't.
And so you still have to have Planoly on top of that.
You still have to have Planoly, yeah. And most of you are trying to get on Instagram. And it's funny, I always ask people, like when I do trainings, if they're on Instagram, and most of them are like, I wish I was. I try to, but I keep forgetting. So this could be really nice for you because it's one of those, just schedule it. Just put it in there and then it's just doing it for you. So
yeah. Oh, and for those people who love Instagram, I'll show you one more thing. It does do, let's see. When we look at all of our content, let's see, I think it is, under schedules. I can't remember where it's at. I don't use this platform as much because I have someone who does it all for me. Maybe it's under activity feed. There is a place where you can click on and it will show you like your whole Instagram.
Like the feed,
like the preview feed. So you can make sure like all of your squares are matching up too. So, but I can't remember where it is.
Okay. That's huge because that's
somewhere.
one of the things I really liked about Planoly, but I had a hiccup and it wiped out all my stuff. I was telling you about that. All the photos were edited. All the photos were picked for my favorites. Like we had loaded everything in there for like the next few months were planned, and there was some weird glitchy thing and it wiped it all out. Like, God, it was gone. So I had some issues with Planoly, but that was one thing I did like is visually to say, okay, you know, how's it looking? And then what are we scheduled out here? And then you can start to see some patterns. And just the look of it, get a good feel for it. So,
and you can just like really drag and drop and like move things around, so that way it will like move it on the screen so you can see. You're like, oh wait, these two should not be together. We need to put something in between, you know?
Yeah, exactly. You're like, that looks a little weird. Or there's a lot of me. Maybe I'll throw my kids in there.
Right.
Like mine. I'm like, oh, get some children in these pictures. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Okay, so you guys, Brooke's available. I'm available. So if you guys have questions, like I said, we'll email this out afterwards, and make sure you throw it in your stories and, you know, share with your friends and all that stuff. Is there like do you have a referral program or anything like that? Or is there?
Yes. Yeah. So if you guys if you sign up for it and you're like, I think this is awesome, I want to share this with my whole team, then you can sign up to be a referral partner and you get $5 every single month of everybody else that is signing up for it too. So really you send it to 8 people and it's free for you.
So if you have a team, and don't feel bad about that, like you getting that, because you know, I know how it is like with your team. If you're able to give your team a tool like this and help them, that's going to get them into activity.
Yes, for sure.
It's going to get them off of social media and into Messenger where they need to be spending their time.
Yep, exactly.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Okay, awesome. Well, if you guys have any other questions, you know, shoot Brooke a message or let me know and I'll get you in touch with her. And thank you so much for taking the time to show them. Once I saw this, I was like, I've got to get this out to my audience because this is incredible.
Yes, and it's like, this is brand new. We just launched this about 3 weeks ago. So it's brand new.
And this pricing, do we keep this pricing? All of us that sign up now? If it goes up, we keep the pricing?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, you guys, hint, I would get it now because
once we start adding in like Pinterest and things like that, and it's costing us more to do all of the development and stuff like that. So yeah, you definitely want to get on board now.
Get it while it's hot. Okay, awesome. The yearly price, what's the yearly price? Do you know offhand?
I don't remember.
Okay, I don't either.
My team set it up, so I'm looking really quick for you, pulling up the website. It is $400 a year.
Okay. Oh yeah, so it's like almost 10%.
So you get like 2 months free.
Cool, awesome. So yeah, if you like to budget that way, you'll get some savings there, which is really nice. Awesome. Yeah, once you get yours, you pay for it and get set up, then you can request a referral link. So just pay for it first and get started.
Yep.
Okay, yay! Well, you guys did a good turnout on a Friday afternoon. I'm proud of you for investing in your education and your business and keeping your head in the game as long as you can before the weekend hits. And Brooke, I appreciate you taking the time. I know you're so busy, and for putting this together. Thank you so much for helping all of us. We really appreciate it.
No problem.
Yeah. All right, guys, we'll see you later. Have a good one. Bye.